All right. So confirm if you can see my screen. Please confirm if you can see my screen.
Yes, I can see your screen.
All right. And is my audio okay? Can you hear me very loud and clear?
Yeah, you can. You are loud and clear.
All right. Thank you. Thank you very much. So today we'll be looking at Discover Microsoft AI for AI leaders in energy and resources. Energy and resources. I believe this year we've looked at so many industry leaders and key players and how AI is going to help businesses and how well AI is going to help us carry on with our business analysis. And I believe last month was also very educative whilst we looked at the financial aspects. And today, for this month, we are looking at energy and resources. All right. So we'll be looking at some industries and role-based use cases. And also, we have a top 10. So we'll be looking at some of the tools that we'll be using to carry on or carry out with our analysis and how Microsoft AI, specifically Copilot, will be able to assist us in carrying out our activities. So AI, when it comes to AI in Microsoft Teams, helps in recap a meeting. So Copilot keep track of key topics, action items, so that you can stay focused during meetings and avoid, listening to recording afterwards. So the AI embedded in Microsoft Teams would give you, aside a transcript, give you some key topics that were being discussed, some of the action items that were made mention during the meeting. And in our emails, right, it summarizes emails, getting quickly catch up with long and complex email threads, right? So the AI helps you summarize some of these emails, making you aware or informed of uh, some complex emails and summarizing them, very, very important. Summarizing them, very, very important. And also we're talking about summarizing of documents. You get right down to business by summarizing long documents, right? So that you focus on the relevant sections, So Microsoft AI Copilot helps you to summarize the documents, long documents, summarizing them into shorter ones, focusing on relevant sections, right? Then also provides insight about analysis. So this is what Microsoft 365 Copilot would assist or help you to achieve when it comes to Word, being creative, writing up, editing documents like a pro in few seconds, right? So the AI helps you to write, be creative, checking all, sentence and grammar and other errors, sorry. And then that of the Excel. So the Excel Copilot helps you to build or fix formulas in Excel, which is very, very good and important. Right. So look, talking about translate a message. So with business, becoming increasingly international, it is important to be able to read and write messages in other languages, right? So translating in messages so that your whatever information you are communicating, whatever data you are trying to communicate or share with other parties, there will not be a language barrier. There will not be a language barrier. So it helps you to translate this information. So this is the journey we are looking out for to grow, right? Grow value from base of solid usage and individual productivity, and then extend through agents to impact organizational KPIs. We all know what KPIs are, and that's the key performance indicator. So as an organization, what are your KPIs? What is the, a day in a life, right? Use cases, we'll be looking at role-based agent function use cases, and also industry use cases. So right from individuals to the functional level to the entire organization, All right. So this is what we'll be looking at. Your first step into generative AI, that is Microsoft 365 Copilot, is to have the Copilot charts, the Microsoft 365 Copilot charts, the web-grounded agent. So we're looking at how to create or build an agent. Then the next step is to make payments by the Copilot or security Copilot, then extend. So this is where you tailor your data, your system and workflow via agents. So this is a very low code agent. There are a few ways to go around it, building it very faster. You don't need any massive codes to be generating AI agents, right? So you just tailor it down to your data, your system, and also add some few workflows to making sure that responses and other automated processes are streamlined, right? Then the fourth is to build. So this is the level of each scenario that we've been talking about. So AI use cases, right now coming to the industry. So if I make some few, mention a word, either a jargon or a word you don't understand in the energy and resource industry, you can draw my attention to it, then I further explain, right? So the energy and the resources. So looking at the use cases, right? KPIs, as I said, they play a crucial role in the sector because this sector, this industry works with data, works with KPIs. So providing a compass to navigate towards success. So we have to, let KPI drive our initiative, our processes, energy and resources, and how AI can assist. Because the level of data this industry work with, sometimes the data is very huge, it's very complex. It takes time to analyze or evaluate the information or the data you have received. So how can the AI help you with your process? How can the AI help you or assist you in that regard? Okay. So we have AI can simplify the tasks that the energy and resource organization perform every day, right? Looking at key cases and how co-pilots and agents can assist along the way, because these are tools that will help you in your day-to-day activity in that industry, right? Then, okay, so let's look at this very carefully. Let's analyze what is on the screen now. So you can zoom it if you can't see. So the energy industry faces numerous challenges. I made mention of that, including managing fluctuating demands, maintaining aging infrastructure, and integrating renewables. So energy organizations look for opportunities to enhance efficiency, reduce operational cost, and improve safety and environmental sustainability while ensuring regulatory compliance. The key word, regulatory compliance. So what are the opportunities? What are the opportunities, the impact in the industry with KPIs? So one is operational efficiency. So use co-pilots to lower operational cost by automating routine tasks and improving workflow and schedule. So you have to utilize AI-driven insights to maintain the highest standard of process excellence. Yes. Then we also have safety and compliance. Safety and compliance. Safety and compliance, enhance safety protocols by analyzing incident reports, real-time data, ensuring compliance with regulatory standard by generating accurate and timely reports. Then the third opportunity is revenue generation. So increase revenue generation by optimizing trading decision and accelerating licensing and permitting processes for capital projects, right? Thereby maximizing financial return. Then we're talking about employee satisfaction, where we leverage Copilot to streamline operations, efficiency is enhanced within the organization. Then we deliver exceptional services, ensuring employee satisfaction. Then market development, support the development of new energy products and markets by analyzing market trends and optimizing business strategies. So this is the opportunity to impact with KPIs within the industry. So AI can assist the industry with numerous tasks. We're talking about assets management, regulatory compliance, operational efficiency. We'll be looking at how to go about with your baseline risk assessment. We'll be looking at incident management or incident reporting. So these are some few processes that we can see: operation and maintenance, because in the industry, operations and maintenance is very, very key. We're looking at HSE management, that is the health, safety and environment management, capital project development. We're looking at supply, trading, and risk management. So what we do is we extend the operation and maintenance, we resolve equipment issue faster, right? Assisted alarm with investigation. So some industries use some tools, they use, helping them to get information or trigger, an alarm system. That is when we are talking about predictive maintenance. Okay, I just want to know everyone is here with me. Let me check on the call. Right. Okay, let's move on. So this is a process flow on how to resolve equipment issue faster. Because in the industry, we work with equipment and there should be a strategic policy or guidelines on how equipments, we have to ensure that every tools and equipment are up and running. So we're talking about resolving equipment issue faster. How would the AI help you when it comes to maintenance? So use AI to assist maintenance workers, understand issues and find the information they need to resolve issue quickly, right? So the first is to summarize the working schedule. So using the Copilot agents, right, helping you to get organized and save time, right? Save time. Asking Copilot to summarize a daily priorities. So we'll be looking at some data and we'll see how that will be done on Copilot. We have work order, key points. So the agent or the AI will help you in that stage where the field workers ask Copilot to summarize key points of work order. So we are looking at equipment issues, how we can resolve issues with equipment faster. Then also to understand the manual. You know, some equipment come with manual. OEMs or OEMs or partners, right? They come with manuals with their equipment. So for you to get a clear understanding, the AI will help you to find the required maintenance procedure, right? And also summarize the procedure with simpler wording. Sometimes this manual comes very complex and it can be a huge document, so many pages, right? So the AI will help you to know the particular procedure you are looking for regards to the maintenance or the issue at hand. And also summarize the procedure with simpler wording for the team working on that particular tools or equipment to carry on their work faster. All right. So this is another scenario. So there are other scenarios that we would see. So this has to do with resolving equipment issue faster. We also have making faster trading decisions. So this has to do with trading contracts, making decisions, conducting a risk assessment, drafting settlement contracts. So this is the business side of it, making faster trading decisions. You need to make a decision very fast because there are so many industry key players, so many competitors. You cannot waste time to be analyzing market insights, decision making, how you go about your risk assessment analysis, and also reviewing of contracts. Some contracts comes very huge and you need so many time and a lot of legal people to review each and every document. So Copilot help you to review all these contracts and documents. So as I said, this is another scenario, streamline permitting. We have accelerating health and safety inspection. So we'll be focusing on this. Because of time, we'll be focusing on this, accelerate health and safety inspections. So accelerating health and safety inspections, right? Okay, let me bring up this slide. Please, I hope you are not lost. Give me a thumbs up. Give me a thumbs up in the chat. Let me know you are here with me. Give me a thumbs up in the chat, everyone. Give me a thumbs up in the chat. Let me see those on the call. Great. All right. So accelerating health and safety inspections with co-pilots. So the critical need for efficient health and safety inspection, we have a high risk environment and potential, because there is a potential for what? Accidents, injuries, and environmental damages. And we also have to ensure that we are compliant when it comes to regulatory, because in this industry, we don't joke with compliance. We don't joke with regulatory compliance. So strict standard, making sure that our OHS is in line, our EPA, the Environmental Protection Agency standards, occupational safety and health, the requirements, inspections, everything, we are moving in line with what the laid down procedures, right? And also, it's time consuming. Manual data collection and paper-based reports causes delay. This is very, very true, because you go to an organization in this industry and the number of manual data, it becomes very, 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 it's a whole lot of work. It's a whole lot of work for the team to analyze all this paperwork and data. So having AI in place, having a system where all these information can easily be, integrated, do your analysis. So Microsoft AI, talking about inspection. So Copilot helps you streamline what integrations. So here in this case, the Microsoft 365 tools. So there's integration between the Microsoft Teams, SharePoint. You can work on Microsoft Excel, Word, and other 365 tools, right? So the AI-driven insight provides data analysis, reporting, and predictive insights. You want to have a well-informed data for future decisions. You also need to do some predictive analysis of your data trends. So we've made mention of the real-time data capture, where Copilot helps you streamline inspection workflows. So we are talking about inspections, right? So real-time data capture, voice to text. So you go to a site, you don't have the time to take a paper and a pen and be recording every, let's say you are doing an assessment or you are doing an inspection on a site or on a machine, right? Either a bulldozer, a site. So on a machine, you are carrying on this activity. You cannot be doing that, all these processes manually. So the real-time data captures, you can use a voice to text, image recognition, just take a picture of whatever thing you are seeing in there, right? Then the AI will do the analysis for you. We have a sensor integration. We have what? A sensor integration. Then we have automated reports generation, where pre-filled templates and customizable dashboards. Then, as I made mention, predictive analysis, identify potential hazard, and prioritize inspection. So example, reduce report generation time by 70%, because moving from 8 hours, you can do this within 2.4 hours. You detect corrosion in pipeline with AI-powered image analysis. So with this image analysis, once the device captures the image of, let's say, a pipeline, the AI analyzes the image to find all corrosives and other, hazards around this environment. Then you proceed with the remediations of all these issues that have been identified. So one of the key benefits is to improve safety, enhance compliance, then increase efficiency, because we really need to work faster, effectively, and efficiently. So we need to look at that, and also data-driven decisions. Data-driven decisions. So AI in this industry helps you as a business analyst, right? You need these AI tools to be able to help leaders make decisions, data-driven decisions. So we have the natural language processing where you ask the AI, you get your instant answers. A data summary quickly extract key information from a document. So we'll be uploading some few reports and documents, and we will look at the various data that the AI will help us extract, and also automate repetitive tasks and free up inspectors' time. So this has to do with tax automations, right? Okay. I just want to quickly go through the slides so that we dive to the practical aspects. So a company achieves inspection excellently with Copilot. It helps the organization, right? So the challenge is inefficient inspection, high incident rate, compliance gap. So the solution is to Copilot implemented, so the data captured for data capturing, for their reporting, and also analysis, so that the AI will also help you to identify all the various gaps that are within the organization. So 25% incident reduction. So this real-time data, there was a 25% incidence reduction, 30% faster inspection, and improved what compliance. So this was the return of investment, right? With Copilot being implemented within the organization. So before Copilot, the organization used 8 hours for inspection time. Inspection time, they used 8 hours for that. Then after the integration of Copilot, there are 2.4 hours is being used for inspection. So meaning there is an improvement of 70% reduction. So all these hours can be used for other productivity, for other productive work activity. Then with incident rate, we have a baseline. So the baseline after implementing, there was a 75% baseline. When we talk about baseline risk assessment is a comprehensive evaluation of all potential health and safety risks in workplace or project sites before work begin or during the early phase of operations. So the purpose of baseline risk assessment is to identify all hazards that could that could affect employees or the environment or contractors, also to assess the likelihood and severity of these risks. I don't want to go deeper into baseline risk assessment. So after the implementation of Copilot, there was a 75% baseline, which indicates a 25% improvement. Then with cost saving, there was a 20% reduction in cost. Right, there was a 20% reduction in cost. So implementing Copilots reduces inspection time and incident. This improvement translates into measurable cost saving and operational efficiency. So corrosion detection, when you want to conduct a report, automated reports, safety risks alerts, getting risk alerts, real-time hazard detection, real-time hazard detection, and also compliance tracking. All right. So the future possibilities with Microsoft Copilot. So Copilot will continue to transform the health and safety inspections. AI advancement will drive faster, smarter, and safer inspection processes. So talking about predictive maintenance, advanced risk detection, um, integrations, right? Integrations with other tools and other platforms. Then a continuous learning, because you are going to build this AI for this industry. So AI constantly evolves from new inspection data and industry trends. So there is a continuous learning with the AI agents you will be building. Okay. We'll come to questions. So, but if you want a clarification, you can alert me before we go to Copilot and work around some few data. Okay, so let me check this. Let me go back to our main slide. Okay, great. So that is what we're talking about, accelerating health and safety inspections. So this is the process that you would want to follow or use to making sure that the inspection processes are done. Then alarm investigation, talking about electric vehicle charging, business development. So this is, some scenarios, some industry scenarios that has given you this process flow on how to carry on with the various activities you'd want to do. Okay, so let's go to Copilot. Okay, so minute. Right. So I have some sample data right here where we would be looking at them. So I have I have an inspection report here, and also, okay, let me open this. Okay, so I have an inspection data here where we'll look at some few analysis around this. So this is an inspection with the various dates, location, the who conducted the inspection, the issues found, right? The severity, then the recommended actions with the status of the issues that have been found during inspection. Okay. So I can drop my file in here. So let's look at the data once again, and so let's ask some few questions. Let's say, which site has the higher level of risks? Right. So working with huge data, the moment you open, so you can also perform this action when you open your Excel for Microsoft 365 Excel with Copilot. You can do this analysis also in there. So we asked the question about the sites with the highest level of risks. So based on the inspection data provided, site B has the highest level of risks. So the total risk score for site B is what, 20, meaning that it was based on their impact and what the probability, right? The severity and the probability. So that has to do with risk assessment. So doing risk assessment, you get to understand how the risk score, or how to get what a risk score. So this score is calculated by assuming a numerical value of severity of issues. So with this, right? So if you build an agent, if you build an agent, um, if you build an agent, AI for that organization, with every organization and their level of severity, every organization and their level of what uh, probability. So that one, you can't have the same risk score, the same risk level, or even a risk criteria. Let me use that word, risk criteria. So this industry, every industry and their risk criteria. So with that risk criteria being defined within your AI agent knows the various level of risks that has been fed with that data with. So it's easy for the agent to also work around all this data within the organization, right? That is why, because this hasn't been, hasn't been set up with a precise risk criteria. That is why it's using a generic, uh, numbering. So it also, site B has multiple high severity issues, including unlabeled chemicals, loose wiring, oil leaks, contributing to what? A high risk score. A high risk score. So how can we reduce the risks in site B? So this is what we want to ask. How can we reduce the risks in site B? Great. Okay, so let's look at that. So reducing the risks at Site B involves addressing the specific issues identified during the inspection. Right. So chemicals, so labeling chemicals. So proper labeling of chemicals is crucial for safety and compliance. All right. So we have to include either a chemical name, formulas, right? Add some hazard images, right? Pictograms, symbols, and other things to communicate the potential of the risks. Then also secure loose wiring. So it was realized that there was what loose wiring. So we have some making sure that we secure all loose wiring, use cable ties and clips, right? Then we have to protect, we have to also use the label wires, regular inspections, then preventing oil leakage. We have to have a proper storage solutions, training of employees on how to handle oil and some emergency procedures, and a regular maintenance. So with this data, we can go on to do so many analysis around it. So I'd want someone to give me, let me bring up the document. So this is the document. So what analysis do you want us to carry on? You can type it in the chat. Let me go to the chat. So type it in the chat, the analysis you want us to perform or look at to get some answers you'd want to see. So drop it in the chat, drop it in the chat. So let's drop it in the chat. Hello, please confirm if you can hear me.
Yes, I can hear you loud and clear, sir.
Okay. All right. So I just want can anyone drop in the chat some questions you'd want us to prompt, let me say a prompt you would want us to execute on the co-pilot? Looking
Maybe you
like
should maybe you should call them by name, sir.
okay, that good. Okay. So let me look through. Let me call uh Obed. Obed. Obed Asante. So what prompt do you want us to execute? Right. I have here an analysis on the issues found. Okay. So analysis on the issues found. Right. So analysis, what type of analysis? Well, let me go with this. So how often should we conduct inspection? How often should we conduct inspection? We have a daily walkthrough. So some organizations do a daily briefing, a weekly comprehensive inspection, or a monthly inspection. Okay, so we have I have here a maintenance record, right? I have here a maintenance record. So this is a maintenance record. We have the equipment name, we have the conveyor belts, we have the drill, cooling fan, fuel pumps, excavators, cooling fan, and the rest. So we are going to also do an analysis using this data we have in here. So this is equipment maintenance. Equipment maintenance. Okay. So with equipment maintenance, there are so many we can we want to calculate average time or even want to know if maintenance is performed on or before scheduled, right? Identify the most common issues found during maintenance. So let's say we want to identify the most common issues found during what maintenance. So the common issues we have what oil leakage, low tension. All right. So this is the insight. Clogged filters, right? So this is the insight on all this and the recommendations that I've been I've been given. I've been given. Okay. So comparing the maintenance records, right, across different sites, let's identify which location compare maintenance records across different sites to identify which location have more frequent or severe issues. Okay, so we have comparison of sites. So we are comparing sites. So site B has a total risk of 20. That's the highest. These are the common issues. Site A has a total risk score of 13.0. These are the common issues, the maintenance issues. So the maintenance issues, low calibration pressure, belt tension is low. Then we have mine Z. So with this particular site, the total risk is 17. The common issues are the loose wiring, missing PPEs, right? Oil leaks. So this is also another site, plant X, a risk score of 7. So looking at this, so site B um, has the highest total risk score and most frequent and severe issues. indicating a more immediate, um, indicating a need for immediate attention and improving safety and maintenance practices. Right, site A and mine Z also has significant risk score and common issues. So it helps, as a business analyst, there are so many huge details uh, that comes from all these inspections, whether a mine inspection, whether it's from equipment maintenance, or even if it's from a baseline risk assessment. So that will be the last to look at the baseline risk assessment. We have so many, we have incident notification. So looking at this, incident notification, this, I don't know if you can see, let me, so this is incident notification report. So this is the first hand where employees use this booklet or documents to record incidents. Immediately it happens. If it's a fatal, it's a personal injury, a property damage, fire, loss to production, it's environmental or injury. So looking at this image right here, um, okay, sorry, a minute. Okay, so it's gonna be coming up shortly. So looking at this image, we have this is a report. So it's a dump truck on a mining site where you have the location and the time of the incident. So the time of the incident is in there. So the description of the incident, we'll do a few analysis on this particular incident that occurred. This is a raw data. So on this particular date, this dump truck slide downslope along the tipping edge of the footward waste dump. So that is the name of the waste dump. The incident occurred while the operator was reversing to dump. So from the initial investigation at the scene, revealed that the tip head failed. There was no injury or property damage. Field drug and alcohol tests conducted at facility beta were negative. The incident is under investigation. So this is a report. So we would upload this into our Copilot and we analyze this report and also looking at what are some potential causes and also some remediation or actions to prevent reoccurrence. Right, okay, so let's look at that. If I'm moving too fast, you can draw my attention to it.
I believe
So-
your piece is fine.
Okay, all right, thank you. So from this incident notification that we have, okay, so let's look at
Hello,
this.
can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay,
Yes, I
that's
can
a
hear.
problem with this way.
Oh, okay. All right, I can hear you. All right, so let's do a quick analysis with this. So this is what we have uploaded, and we want to know the causes of this incident. So what could be? Okay, so let's look at that. So based on this preliminary incident notification report, the incident involved a dump truck sideline down slope. So it has given you a brief summary of what has happened. Possible cause. So while the cause is still an investigation, here are some possible potential factors that could have contributed to the incident. So it's either a mechanical failure, because it's either the tip-head failure or an operational factor. So operational factor, we can look at reversing how the maneuvering went when the reversing process was happening. So the incident occurred while the operator was reversing. So improper reversing techniques or lack of visibility could have contributed to the track sliding. So now the investigators will have these areas to narrow down their investigation, to look at these factors to help them investigate what has happened, right? If it's a mechanical failure, if it's an operational factor, or a site condition. Probably there's an issue with the surface. There's a surface condition or there's a slope stability. So if it's an equipment maintenance, so the environmental factors would also constitute to the site conditions. So the weather conditions, rain could have made the surface slippery, contributing to an incident. So all these, so we have work and the maintenance record. How can we improve operators training, right? If you want to advance to making sure that those operating the track are well trained, or what are the records of this track. So you can pull out the maintenance records. So um, if this track has been involved in an accident, you also pull up the maintenance records of this track. This track has a number. It says the dump truck 215. So dump truck 215. You can pull up the maintenance. So if all your documents, all your maintenance records are in the location, let's say on the 365, on either on Excel or on the cloud, you can do analysis, pull up the records of that particular track, then further do analysis if maintenance has been done, or the trend of the maintenance of that particular equipment, right? So this helps you to do further analysis on the issue that has occurred. So we have in here, so detailed investigation, then review. I said maintenance record is very important. Then you assess. So there are people who assess the condition of the site. Then when it comes to the operator training, if in the long run, the issue was from the operator, probably during reversing, how the operator maneuvered during the reversing processes led to that accident, then you would have to, schedule a training. So let's say it was, how can we improve operator training? So let's look at how best we can improve the training or the skill level of the operators. So there are some OEMs or some industry players, either OEMs or OEMs, have these trainers who come to train operators on crane, hoist. So there are so many telehandler, and we have people who are certified maintenance and reliable technicians. So they provide advanced training in maintenance practices, then helping the team, do a predictive and a preventive maintenance and troubleshooting. So all these helps the organization, narrow it down to know the exact training that the operators need based on the incident that has happened. So leveraging on training materials from sources such as the OSA, that's the Occupational Safety and Health training reference materials, safety standards and best practices. So talking about from the ISO 45001. So these training materials and other standard best practices can be implemented. So making sure that the operators are well trained. So how can we assess operators' performance? What specific topics should be included in training? So all these things, you can also come up with it. So let's look at how we can assess the operator performance. Okay, all right, I have a question here. How did you upload or switch data sheets to Copilot? Okay. So this is my screen. You can attach the file from here. So looking at my mouse, you have your add content. So you can just click on it to add content, the file to it, attach the file to it, or you can also drag and drop. You can also drag and drop it in here. So no matter the size of the document, no matter the type of the document, you can just upload it. You can drop it in here and you put in your prompt for Copilot to do the analysis of the documents for you. If you want the documents, if you want Copilot to write a report based on whatever thing that has happened. So based on this incident, we uploaded what? Incident notification, right? Yes, incident notification. Okay. So the incident, yes. So incident notification, there's the document. So we can ask, okay, write a brief report So with Copilot in Word, you can also easily do that when you open your Word application. You can also do this prompt from there where you have it in your Word documents directly in there. So this incident report, it has given me a brief, description of the incidents, the impact, the findings, a proposed remedial action, the next step, right? They're reported by. So this can be a brief report you can work with, send through to management. So you can have it in Word documents, share it among your teams on either Microsoft Teams or a SharePoint. So this report provides, an overview of the incident involving dump truck DT 215, right? So reported by the name is here and all other details. So this has generated a report for you very fast. You can just take time, review it, make some few editing, few adjustments to it. Okay. So how can we prevent similar incidents in the future? We've looked at that. What additional details could be included, So this is what the content um, has generated for us. Okay, thank you very much. So we'll be looking at the last assessment that we'll do. We'll look at the last assessment that we will do that has to do with baseline risks. I know some we might be new to some of the terms I'm mentioning, but we can just take note of it. Just get a foundational understanding of these, because as a business analysis, you are not only stick to one organization or industry, right? It's just how you go about analyzing data, the tools you are using, and also get a basic understanding of the industry you are working with, right? So let me bring this up. I might not go deeper into this. I just upload it for analysis sake. So don't worry about the information you are seeing in here, right? This is basically a baseline risk assessment for an operation, for a maintenance, right, and offices, right? So a baseline risk assessment for offices, uh, maintenance, and what operations. So we'll just do a quick analysis on this. We have our risk ratings and other details in here where we'll do further analysis on that. So let me close this so that we don't get confused. All right. So I think I made mention of, okay, you having, you know, uh, you can create an agent specifically for that industry. So you can build that agent right from scratch. So build that agent, AI agent, to assist you within the organization, feed the agents with the necessary data and information and all that. So we'll look at that last before we end the class for today. So let me upload the baseline risk assessment and look at what the AI would help us with. Okay. Okay, so right, so let's look at let me look at the assessment again so that we'll know. So operations. So we have operations. So there are various operations in here. Drilling. So many operations that is being carried out. The hazards that have been identified. Um, so we'll just look at a brief analysis. Okay, so just sent it. Let me stop this.
Have you taken it? Hello, can you hear me?
Hello, yes. Can
Okay,
anyone
I
hear me?
thought, yeah, I can hear you right now.
Okay, okay. So we want to have a brief analysis on operations based on what has been uploaded. So just a brief analysis on that. Okay, it's coming up. All right, so we have in here, it seems, okay, so hazard identity. So this is what has been listed. So this include routine activities, maintenance tasks, and any special projects. Special project. So, okay, so I have in here attendance. So please, if you haven't um taken your attendance, kindly check the chat and fill in your attendance for today's class. So this is the common hazard in operations. So this is what have been identified, chemicals, mechanical, physical hazards, right? Economic hazard is very important, risk assessment and all that. So this is a brief, analysis. Um, so can you provide specific examples of hazards? So what hazard? Highest level of risks? Okay. So we have, it looks like the data in here is, okay. So we have the various hazard identification, the risk assessments, and other controls. So looking at the risk control measures, scrolling too fast. Yeah. So the risk control measures we have here, machine guards, we have ventilation systems, training, there should be SOPs being in place, PPEs, right? Gloves, helmets, safety glasses. So with this risk assessment that has been done on baseline, you can do so many analysis around this data. So you can conduct so many level of assessments around this information. Okay. So that is the accelerate, health and safety inspections. So our inspection activities, we need to, work within time, effectively and efficiently. So looking at this process flow, which we've already looked at that, you analyze your new safety rules, prepare a checklist. So with Copilot informs, you can work on that with risk detection, health and safety risk detection. The inspector takes a picture of the workers performing activities in approximately to high voltage equipment. The inspector asks Copilot to describe the picture for anything dangerous and include the picture and generate comments into the checklist. So the benefits using Copilot multi-modality asks to what analyze picture to identify what workers at risk. So you can have a huge site, or let's say a pipeline where workers are working. You can take a picture or a video just of what activity they are performing. Copilot will analyze and what describe the picture. So what are the, anything that is dangerous, including right, just to analyze what is happening. Things around high voltage equipment, hazardous activities around whatever duty they are performing. Then the next step is to review the contractor's HNS safety plans. So the inspector asks Copilot to retrieve information about project health and safety plan for the work site being executed. Using this data, the inspector asks Copilot to summarize the scope of work to ensure compliance and identify potential safety violations. So the benefit is to save time reviewing long scope of work document, asking Copilot to pull out the essential information. Then you create a report using the Copilot in Word. So using the checklist notes, scope of work, and a picture taken, the inspector asks Copilot to provide summary of safety violations on the site and generate a draft safety violation report. So per what information, all the information you have gathered, right from your checklist, your notes, the scope of work you have gathered, the pictures you have taken, you can have a safety violation report. So the benefit is to retrieve relevant document and emails faster. So when it comes to your Copilot in Outlook, it's draft email and schedule meetings for relevant stakeholders with appropriate information, with the appropriate information. Okay. So this is a real life case scenario. We have the We have alarm investigation. So AI Copilot will assist when it comes to investigations. You analyze the alarm, you identify the root cause, recommendation to solutions, you inspect the assets, right? You improve OEM knowledge word base. So this is when it comes to investigations. Then we have electric vehicle charging business development. So this has to do with streamline electric vehicle charging business development. So this as business development, right? So you assess the opportunity. You assess the opportunity, you analyze the market using Copilot in Excel. You draft an executive what presentation, also using Copilot in PowerPoint. You improve upon the PowerPoint, then you prepare, present what the opportunity. So you draft a speech, right, from your current word presentation, Okay, so, okay, before we go, let's look at in a few minutes or seconds, we will be done. So let me stop sharing this. Okay, I'm bringing my screen up shortly. Just a minute. Okay, so okay. So I made mention of having an AI agent. You can create an AI agent to also help you. So look, talking about the energy and resource industry, we have the OHS agent. So this agent has been created to help the organization, right? So this was done using the Copilot Studio. So you have a name for the agents, what the agent is to do, right? What the agent is to do. So you put in the various knowledge, sources, data, information. And if you want this agent to be accessible in the channels, maybe your organization, you have you have some channels that you want your agents to be available on, right? So you can have, so it can be on all these channels that you are seeing there, or a channel that has been created within the organization. You can have this AI being published where you can use that to help carry out your activity. So with Copilot Studio, you can create an agent, tailor it to the specific industry where this agent will help you carry out the various activities that you will be doing or that particular AI will be used for. All right. Okay. So that is what has been done. So we have a Copilot Studio. This is our agent, OHS agent. So we can ask the agent so many questions. So we can test our agent. We can ask our agent so many questions around OHS, health and safety, regulations, everything. Then we will get a feedback on that. Okay. So that is an agent. We can use this agent to do our analysis. We can also use Microsoft Copilot, right? Okay. So on this note, I don't know if there's any question for me. So I'll be wrapping up here and we'll give room for further questions. So if there is any question, you can unmute your microphone and you can speak or you can drop it in the chat.
Hello, can you hear me, Mr. Ebenezer?
Yes, I can hear you.
I think my network was glitching a bit there, so I couldn't hear you for a second.
Oh, okay. Please, can someone confirm if you can hear me?
I
Helen.
can hear you now. I can hear you now.
Okay. All right. Okay. So, is there any question? So, the floor has been open for questions. So, if there's any question, you can unmute your microphone or you can drop it in the chat. So, probably there is no question. Maybe we have a clear understanding of it, and so we can also try our hands on the Microsoft Copilot Studio. We can create an agent. So you go to Copilot Studio, you can create an agent where you would have this agent, this AI bot. You can give it a name. You can give it a name of your choice, right? You can give it a name. Then you ensure that the use of it, so the data needed, the kind of tasks that these agents will be performing, right? You would build it up from scratch. You put in various knowledge and improve on building on the agent to assist your team members and also making it available to your clients, right? So on this note, I would end here and I would say a very big thank you to everyone for joining today's class and also Transformation College for this opportunity. So thank you very much. And I would hand over to the team to take it up from here. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much, Mr. Ebenezer. I know today's class has been exciting and interesting. So please kindly just make sure you fill your attendance and you fill up the feedback form too. So make sure if you have not filled any of that, kindly do that. And we're going to be having a very sweet one today, something different. I want everybody to, first of all, give a round of applause for Mr. Ebenezer for today's class. You can either unmute your mic to speak or you can type it in the comment box. Just to confirm, I hope everybody can hear me. Okay. Akinola, okay, Akinola is giving a chair. Okay. Ben, I can't hear from you, Ben. Jibril, Adeshola, Chukwemeka, Iben, Ellen, okay. It was a wonderful one. So make sure you fill the attendance. We we'll send the recorded version of this class to the Telegram group, and you will all get the material for today's class. So I hope you have an amazing weekend and TGIF. Thank you very much, everybody.